Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today we'll continue with our review for the latest Marvel Legends Wakanda Forever, Okoye and Nakia. Okay, so today is like the ladies' day, that's why I'm doing all the ladies. I'm just kidding. Okay, so both of them are actually from Wakanda Forever and they both looks pretty awesome, as you can see. And if I'm not mistaken, the previous Nakia costume is something like Okoye, but in this new movie she kind of reminds me of Avatar characters here. And I'm not sure why they actually have to call her as Marvel's Nakia. Is there another Nakia or Nokia? And from this side of the box, you can see some very good representative of both of the characters. Yes, here we can see what these two figures contribute to the Build-A-Figure Atuma. And here at the back, we can see some very cool poses of these two figures. So, let's get them out. And right here we have both of the figure right out of the box. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think these two are the most detailed, beautiful figure for this wave. My goodness, let's take a look at Okoye first. And you can see that the costume, wow, is very detailed. You can see there's a lot of patterns there, and even the sculpture is very detailed. Wow, the paint itself, everything else is so nicely done. My goodness, they must have put lots and lots of efforts onto her costume. This is something that is really need to praise Hasbro and Marvel Legends for it, because they are really doing a good job. Just look at all the details there, my goodness. And for the head sculpt, you can see the likeness is again very good with the 3D renditions of the head. Again, I think they really doing their very best right now for Marvel Legends. The head sculpt is on par or even better than the SH figures at the moment. My goodness, this is really well done. And as for the Nakia, wow, she really makes me feels like the Avatar characters, especially with something like a fish scale, and it does, you know, illuminate the costumes. You can see when the lights just hit off, it becomes something like a light green. It kind of shines on it. Wow, this is again a very nicely painted figure. And at the same time, you can see the very tiny details on her belt, which is a separate piece there. Yeah, I think they actually miss out the paints for this side, the blue here. And let's take a look at the helmet. This is something that I would like to laugh about. It kind of reminds me of Tron. Yeah, but it is very nice. I mean, this is my first figures that have a helmet and it's fully covered, as you can see. And she does have a different expression. This one have her mouth slightly open. I think I'll appreciate her more after I watch the movie, but nevertheless, both of them looks awesome. Now let's move on to the articulation. I'll start with Okoye as always. So she can actually turn to the right, to the left, no problem. Looking up, yes, pretty much. Looking down is even better. And so she doesn't have a separate neck, but her head can actually move pretty freely. And the necklace, I just found out, is actually a separate piece. For her hand, she can turn 360 degrees. Moving up, because of this armor here, she can't really move up them. Oh, okay, so it's not too bad. It's about slightly less than 90 degrees. There is an arm shovels, double joint elbow. Her hand can swivel going up and down. And like Namor, she only have one point of articulation, so it can bend around pretty freely. And let's see how well she can bend forward. Okay, not too bad. Bending backwards, yeah, just like this. And because of this costume on her lower body, so I pretty much feels that it will be restricted over here. Kicking up, not too bad. Kicking backward is not going to happen. She does have a shovels, a double joint knee. Leg can swivel side to side, going up and down. And let's see how well this Okoye can do a split. Wow, that's not too bad. Her head can turn to the right, to the left, no issues. Looking up, yes, pretty good. And looking down, yeah, not too bad as well. Just like Okoye, she doesn't have a separate neck, so it's just the head movement. Her arms can go 360 degrees, and going up sideways, yeah, she can go about 90 degrees. Arm shovels, double joint elbow. You can actually turn his hand going up and down, and she just comes with something like a bracelet, which is a separate piece as you can see. And just like Okoye, she only comes with 1 point of articulation on her lower torso, so she can actually turns pretty well. Let's see how well she can bend forward. Very minimal. Bending backwards, yeah, slightly better. And this whole abdomen area is one single piece as you can see, and her belt is actually a movable part. And she also have a tight shivers, which is pretty tight on my one. Kicking forwards, yeah, 90 degrees. Kicking backwards, unfortunately not going to happen. A double joint knee, and the leg can shiver side to side, going up and down. Let's see how well she can do a split. Wow, that's almost like Okoye as well. So the articulations for both of them are pretty much similar. Pretty decent, not the best in the world, because both of them are coming with just 1 point articulations on the torso only. And next, let's move on to the accessory for both of them. I'll start with Okoye. So she just comes with not 1 spear but 2 spear, and when you look at that, wow, it's very nice, because I'm not sure if it's showing on the camera, but they actually use some kind of like a gunmetal gray, which makes the whole thing looks very realistic. It's like a real spear here, and even when I touch it, it just feels like a real metal. This is a very nice finishing of gunmetal gray here. Wow, this is really nice, but it's rather flimsy as you can see. And for this tiny one, it does looks very nice as well, and it's slightly sharp here, so be very careful. So she does have 2 weapons there, which, wow, I think is rather awesome. And she just comes with the head of Attuma. Now for Nakia, she just comes with a lot more stuff. Other than these 2 hands that's already on the figure, she just comes with a pair of holding hands for her weapons. And these 2 things are her weapons. It just looks very nice. Again, very flimsy, but I kind of like the finishing on the green here. Is my favorite kind of finishing, which is the matte finishing. It's very nice, and when it reflected off the lights, it just looks like a real metal there. Yes, looking very cool. And she just comes with this alternate head, and I was wrong, because I actually thought they're both having a different expression, but no. I was actually hoping they could give this one for the Amma's head, which is pretty cool. But nevertheless, she just looks really nice. As you can see, her hair, wow, this whole thing is also a very good one. And Nakia does comes with this whole body for the Attuma as the build-up figure. So for Okoye, I just hope that she comes with some sort of like an alternate head, just like Nakia, but nevertheless, the weapons that she have is pretty cool. And right up next, let's try on some of the accessory. I'll start with Okoye. So she only comes with 2 weapons for her to hold on to. So that's pretty simple, just slot it in like this. And the same goes for the long spear. So this is how she looks like. Wow, she looks badass. And the next one is Nakia, and we'll interchange her hand. Just pull it out like this and just slot it back in. Very simple. And to hold on to her weapons, you just need to slot it in, and the fingers are pretty soft as you can see. You can open it up and just slot it in like this. So this is how she looks like with the weapons. And to interchange her head, you just need to pop it off like this and just put it back in. And wow, I think she looks even better with her Amma's head. And because both of these figures are based on a real actual person, I'm going to talk about their likeness. And wow, let's start with Okoye. She just looks extremely surreal. Wow, it's just like I'm holding a real person here. It's kind of scary, especially when I put her eyes to look at me. At the same time, if you look closely enough, you can see that they actually apply some sort of like a lipstick, and the head does have some tattoos on it, this is really awesome, man. I really think that Hasbro have improved so much. And as for Nakia, yeah, nevertheless, she just looks awesome as well. I kind of like how they actually use the open mouth ones instead of giving a very boring looking head sculpt. Yeah, the hair just looks a little bit messy, but in terms of the likeness on the face, is again a winner here. Hasbro really did a great job and justice to the female figures characters. If you are enjoying the video so far, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, next we'll move on to the size comparison. I'll start off with some SH Figuarts female characters, I have the Black Widow in snowsuit right over here, which is shorter than she is, as well as this mighty Thor, even shorter than she is. And next we'll try on with some Mafex female character, which is Spider-Gwen. Yes, again she is very much smaller because she's just a teenager, as well as this Hush Cat woman. Okay, so she's about the same height as both of them. And next I'll move on to some Marvel Legends. I have the Mighty Thor again. Yes, this time she's big because she's from Marvel Legends. This Black Widow in the what do you call this suit again? I kind of forgot it. It's from the Endgame. So from the look of it, they are pretty much of the same height. And since this is from the Black Panther, I would like to compare with this Marvel Legends Black Panther as well as this SH Figuarts Black Panther. Wow, they just looks good together. And last but not least, I'd like to compare with the Marvel Legends Namor that I have reviewed recently, as well as this Everett Ross. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to the fun factors for these two ladies. Okay, I know that they are not some sort of like a main characters to the movie, but they do play an important part. So if you were collecting this figure, is mostly something like just a backdrops characters that we put, and then the Black Panther is the one that will be standing at the middle. Yeah, so they are like the background characters, but nevertheless it is a very nice one because when I saw the Wakanda Forever kind of scenes with all the their troopers there, I was hoping to collect, you know, these two characters plus the sister and also the big guy, Baku or something, and maybe even some other soldiers, so it will make him looks like, wow, this is a big troopers there. So in terms of the fun factor, yeah, it's not so much because most of the time you will just, you know, put them standing behind Black Panther. But to me, because this is a new characters in my collections, I don't have the previous one, so they do have fun factors for me, as in I'm actually building up my female characters in my collections. Yeah. Okay, so my final verdict for both of these figure based on all the star rating is, for Okoye is going to be an 8.5 out of 10, but for Nakia is going to be a 9 out of 10. So she won by 0.5 mark because of the number of accessories that she comes with. But for the rest of it, they are both having pretty much the same rating, so I kind of like them both. Can't believe I'm saying that I do feel that they are the best figures in the whole wave, even though I have not reviewed the Black Panther and the White Panther and also the Atuma, which is quite surprising because they are the only two females in the wave, and yet they are also the most good looking ones. So yes, if you are Black Panther fans and you did not get the previous ones for these two characters, I think you really need to hunt these two down because they are looking very good. And previously the Okoye is a build-up figure, so you will have to pay more to get her, or you have to buy the entire wave. But this time around she's released as a regular figure, so you can't miss this out. For Nakia, if you have the previous one, then I think that that's pretty good enough because she's having the same Wakanda costumes, so it will be pretty much matching if you were to put them together. So I hope that you enjoy my review, and also I hope that it helps you to decide whether you should hunt for these two characters. I totally think you should, and I'll catch you again in my next video. I'm commanding you to watch this video right now.